Hi guys. Me, Misha, everything I say is not financial advice, my personal opinion. Let's see the market. So this madness continues. But oops. Oh no, it's not DI. It's okay. Uh, I don't think anything good awaits for me on DIA already. Yep. Yep. Everything gets sour. Ay ay ay. Hmm. Yep. That was wrong. I think I'm still in a good place on monthly, yearly, and all of that. However, this trade didn't work at all. We're still in a balance. That's a balance. Um, that gives me hope, but this trade didn't work at all. uh, so now I just want to break even on this guy. Um, what's the best way to do it? I just want to break even. And my entry was at 1401. Hey. Um, so we'll just remove the order condition. I don't know how to do it. Huh. Hmm. So maybe I'll just need to cancel it altogether because I do not know how to modify my order. Uh, yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I think I'll just need to cancel this order. And then uh, and then sell a limit one good till canceled, and the price will do 14 of 3 maybe, just to compensate for the Yeah, to compensate for commission and all of that. Yes. Sell at limit 1403, good till cancelled. And I bought it for 1401. Okay. So now we have our position and we have an order. Sell at 1403, good till cancelled. Okay. Yeah, I was wrong on this one, and now it's this, and it's Friday. I think I'm good. That was not really. Um, so yeah, we're like in this reality now. Um, yeah, in hindsight, maybe like the resisting bar looked great on hourly, but here it's just like this thing with a tail, so that might be why. And we have a volume up thrust here. We just need a test for it. It's on volume T1, and it's a volume manipulation bar. Hold on, give me a sec. All right, I'm back. Well, this can be a trade. Same here, counter trend, short balance, biggest volume expanded creek. Now it's not biggest volume. Um, it's just expanding creek. And it's a weak approach. Oops, sorry. I never knew that Cyrillic called Hellenic alphabet actually in Greece. And it totally makes sense because it's only Cyrillic for Russians because Kirill and Methody brought it to Russia from Greece. And it makes sense. It's not, mm, it's Hellenic for Greeks. It's aggressive counter trend trade. And it's a short impulse. And it's a weak approach. Short impulse, and it's unvolumed C1. And it's a weak approach, and it's a volumed manipulation bar. And it's resistance level, and it's a counter trend trade. In 5 minutes, it's aggressive counter trend trade. It's a short impulse. It's a volume T1 slash transition extreme. It's a weak approach. It's volume upthrust. So now we're having a test. And by the way, yeah. Yep. Okay. Um, okay, so change of direction is not confirmed. It's short. It's maybe baby. Maybe balance. Yeah, this break is not that terrible. You can see it as a balance, but what for? To trade from here? Oh, the configuration of the bar, configuration of manipulation signal is not um, necessarily long because we have bigger volume in the first bar and then the reaction bar goes lower. And then we have, now it's a test, a weak test. This 0.5 doesn't matter anymore. And there is a strength and weakness. I see it like 1, 2, 3. We got up there in 3 bars. However, this volume on test. So this was a test and everything was good up to. No, even with this volume, we have like bigger volume came in on correction. It's interesting. While most other um, stocks and indexes and funds, do we have ETFs on the Russian market? Lost the volume. The MySex gained the volume. So I think Russian market migrates from RTS. You see what I'm talking about? Those were like international investors. And this is domestic ever since last year they start pumping MySex with volume because RTS is nominated. RTS is like Russian SPY, S&P 500. But now they just like kind of make it want to make it rudimental because it's nominated in United States dollar, which is ridiculous, I think. It's not nominated in Russian ruble, it's nominated in United States dollar. So now they fight for sovereign economy, and as the part of this struggle, they domesticate main Russian index, Russian S&P 500 from RTS, nominated in dollars, to uh, MySex, Moscow Exchange Index, nominated in Russian rubles. Trying to talk myself out of NEC, the volume distribution, yeah. It's not good at all. That was it. Spring. That would need a test. Didn't give the test, went higher, and then that was an entry. That was an entry. Um, was like this and like this. In perfect 0.5. This volume, of course, is scary as hell. But to change direction, it's 0.5. Everything is beautiful about this entry. That was a sign of strength. And that was weakness, boom, boom, boom. And then spring, you can wait for a test if you didn't like this volume is bigger than spring. And after the test, hold on. Yeah, and resumed. It's still there. It's of course very concerning that yeah, so maybe after this volume distribution it makes sense to just like start charging it like this. Yeah, I think this is more reasonable. Yeah, exactly. So forget about it. Let's not forget about it. On volume T1 now. The volume distribution is irregular on the upthrust, so that would need a short impulse unvolumed. So it's a minus now. It's in its past T1 transition extreme. There is no approach. We don't know what approach this. It's one bar reversal, one bar reversal, reversal. Um, Irregular volumed 2-bar upthrust minus because the reaction bar didn't close below the manipulation bar opening. This guy's there too. Same movement. Unvolumed, unvolumed. Um, yeah, it's not much I can do, I think, here. I think it'll go, especially on my six, but oil shoots up. Intel volume, oil shoots up and grinds higher. It'll break. So, uh, Intel, I need to calculate probably how much I need to add to the break even. Let's do it now because, I'm not going to bug you, but I'll have to add whatever I'm losing on closing a quarter of my position prematurely. So I'll have to compensate 30 to 43, like $13 I'm losing on a quarter of position. So divided by 3, $13, roughly by 3. Yeah, I'll need to add like maybe $5 to my break even. So it will move from 48. Yeah. Oh, I'll have to take the loss of $13 per share. 30. Yeah. It's not horrible, horrible. I'll have to consider what's best to like get out of the position and accept this loss, or to risk that it if doesn't reach my new break even, I'll go down. I'll see. I'll see. I'll observe. Mm. Yeah, that's an upthrust now that needs a test. Uh, Pfizer now has a test level for this jump over creek. Yeah, magnet. You're right. It's not how direction changes. Boom. I was so wrong on Ford. Close to third of my position here. I was wrong. This consolidation was an accumulation campaign. I'm a weak money. What can I do? Look at this. I lost 2/3 of my position here. So it looks like Ford is doing a double punch. Okay, it is what it is. I'm still left with a third of my position. I still made good money. 9 to 12, like 20% on 2/3 of my position. This was scary. This was scary as hell. And then boom. Look what Ford does on earnings. Unbelievable. Okay. It is what it is. Well, that's now gonna be an entry. That's now it's gonna be an entry in 3 minutes. Is the real stop? Yeah, it resumes too violently. Um, hmm, hmm. That's why we always need a closed bar. That's why we need a test. It resumed from this volume. No, I think this volume is too big and closes bullish. And closes bullish. I think gaps. You drive me crazy. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, and we need to log this one. And um, yeah, went against me. Moved. Stop. Moved. Limit. Limit order to break even at 1403. Yeah, it didn't go my direction at all. Instant wrong. I'm not sure about this test now with this volume. And do we want our stop to be up to here? 1 minute, it looks like more positive outlook. Yeah, this and that. More positive outlook. It wants to announce the biggest volume. uh, biggest biggest volume manipulation bar, no break. We're gonna unsuccessful volume biggest. So if it breaks, I'll explain you later. Unsuccessful manipulation bar. So if it breaks above more than half of the body, then it's successful manipulation bar. If it breaks, if it can break, then it's unsuccessful. Now I need to either neglect the fact that it's tight. I need to see how much volume it will generate here. 25, 26, yeah. And it generates substantial volume here. Yeah. No, we'll have to wait. Because we don't know if it will gonna bounce from here or not now. Especially since we see the volume, look. Yeah, it just springed it. We'll have to wait for it to change direction. Yeah, probably not to change direction. It's bizarre because, like, if it was like this, we would have entered, but, like, how do we know it's not gonna bounce and spring? But now we know that it bounced. And now testing the spring. Like, we don't wanna enter on the test of that spring. So now we'll need to break it and work of 0.5. And when it comes to this volume level, that's the first minutes of the day. That makes sense. And this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Why? Like, no way in the world I would enter it like after this volume. Or I need to significantly improve my understanding of the volume in general. Sorry. By the way. Hmm. There's definitely volume to consider. Yeah. It's always very tempting to take it just like this. Especially it's a gap. What kind of gap is this? It was actually a gap with gap and go. Anyhow, it needs a level. It needs levels. It needs levels. Exactly. Exactly. Goes lower. What the heck? Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, technically it doesn't need a close manipulation signal here. Right here. Right now. And it's a beautiful volume and all of this. However, the break is so high. However, the break is so high. It's hard to imagine it's not gonna break it, as it looks like right now. Its biggest volume, however, it's in a balance. However, in the middle of nowhere. In the middle of nowhere on monthly. Hmm. It's also a coincidence of the levels in its own weird way. Yeah, it's very large. So that can also be the level. Okay, we're changing direction. But we have no. Oh no, we do have a level, but it's like too close to the T2. Yeah, I think this was an entry after we bypass this volume and close below it. Um, anyhow, still water. Mm, look at this massacre. Yes. Boom. There's a balance. Yeah. Um, okay. So, where's our supporting bar here? It's there. Yep. So, nothing we can do about it. Nothing I can do about it. Yeah. Mm, mm. is like so tight. And it's a balance right now, but counter trend balance. Be aware. Abandon hope, you all who trade counter trend. Yeah, this doesn't make any sense. It's counter trend, Mishka. And I see the weakness, and I see the strengths. I remember you. It's hard to understand what's going on here. To be honest with you, it's hard for me to comprehend what is it going on there. Unvolumed. It's not a balance. And that's like not a good idea to trade here at all. However, there was an upthrust. It's not a good idea to trade here at all. On volume T1, well, volume technically because that's the part of the extremum. And then volume upthrust, bigger volume on test, which disqualifies. Yeah, just unfortunately, we don't have a level here to test. You know what I mean? And never mind 1 minute. It's mm, too much noise. It's infactual. And in 5 minutes, it changed direction here. Boom, boom. But regardless, we don't have anything to trade of. Other than just like to trade it like this. No, 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 no. Boom. Dividends and earnings at the same time. That was an entry I was afraid of. It's because of the volume. Maybe I'm too fixated on the volume. I closed my fourth position just purely of the volume in the middle of nowhere. And here it was like clearly coincidence of the levels, but I was too scared of this volume. Didn't even need a test. That would need a test. Um, unvolumed, unvolumed. What can you do? No. Boom. Mm, that's bizarre, but this was a level. And then Netflix continues slower. It's good in continuation of the trend. It's like really an interesting. You can go here though. There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee. This volume distribution is better than the previous Russian stocks that we. It was Lukoil, I think, and something else. Mm, Because bigger volume comes on manipulation bar, which is not that big. And yeah, if I was to choose in between these three stocks, I would have chosen this one. It's not the biggest volume though. Um, and still biggest volume is here, but there's like something at least comparable. And that was a temp of initiative takeover that didn't take over. No, I don't think I should entertain myself with um, this guy. Boom. And this is a test right now. So this whole thing, ever since here, yeah. And then down, and went up. And ever since here, it was in this balance. So you can also say this is the level, but doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. There's definitely a wave that was developing here. That was developing here. That was an entry that I didn't take. Yeah, that was a good entry. Um, so yeah, once the bar closes bearish, Real stop only, please. This is powerful. Dealer. It's kind of there. Well, it's kind of there. Let's go ahead and describe this trade. It's a counter trend, and we have a long impulse, and we have a volume C1. We have strong approach. Strong approach. Oh, but that was a part of strong approach. And unvolumed manipulation bar. Unsuccessful. Successful. Goes above. Mm-hmm. On months, you're in the middle of nowhere. It's also counter trend. It's a long impulse. It's a neutral. Doesn't give us anything. Neutral zone. On daily, it's counter trend. Counter trend trade. It's a long balance. It's expanding. It's a volumed. It's a volumed, expanding Greek. And it's a strong approach. We don't know if it's strong or not, if it gives us bigger volume, but for now it looks like a strong approach. It's counter trend trade. It's a long balance. Is it a balance? No, it's a long impulse. It's a biggest volume successful manipulation bar. And also, it's a weak approach. Now we can say, because the manipulation bar volume is bigger weak approach. Yeah, I don't think probability is on my side here. We'll see. Yeah, nothing I can do in 5 minutes from this level anymore. It's a test though, I can. It's a test though, I can. So once this test closes bearish, how did I not notice it was a break? No, I should not do anything here. Technically, it's a test. It's a retest. And it's a good question to which I don't remember the answer, whether I can trade the retest. I think I should ask my trading coach. Some break. I think I can actually trade after this retest. I think I can. Okay. That's my entry. And so, oops, it's like too far into this volume. But if it will close an upthrust, that'll be fine. So let's put my stop and profit. At an exit sell limit. Oh, and the stop level. Okay. And let's log it. Um, 10:57 Eastern time. at 10:55. I'm sorry, 10:55 Eastern time. 10:55. Okay. Want to risk to reward. Top level. And profit is okay. Trade 54, 10:24. Day trade. Day trade. Entered here. So that's our year counter trend. Hey, where's our months? It's a counter trend rate. It's a long impulse. It's a neutral zone. It's a Gaussian volume. Still can't believe the 4 jumped over so powerfully. Counter trend. Counter trend. And short impulse and volume bar. Wonder of trust. What happened next? Weak test. Weak test. Weak retest. I think I'm lost myself on this one. So yeah. Not even sure if you're supposed to buy from retest like this. But regardless, calculate it up for the bull. Stop market. Wanted to risk to reward, take profit. Aggressive. Maybe like yeah, maybe like this too. Two more up thrust minus. Oh wait. I skipped something. I skipped the day. I skipped the day. Yeah. Let's share it with the world. Or yeah. Publish a 5 minute short short day trade. Aggressive counter day trade. Counter trend day trade. 1 hour counter counter trade counter trend. 1 hour 1 day counter trend. Bro, like all counter trend and aggressive trade. It's only trend. Only in Mishka's world. And trend 1 year counter trend. I think it's a record. I think it's the first time I'm doing uh charts. It's first time I'm doing call counter trend aggressive trade. It's really something. It's really something. Short, short setup waves is a volume spread analysis. YCAF method support and resistance zones. Big profit. Okay. All right. Let's share it with the world. By world, I mean Facebook. Okay. Even when it closes like to bar up thrust, then this volume level is not going to be bugging me anymore. Till then. Okay. That's another up thrust that needs a test. And like as the time goes, chances that it's gonna close an up thrust deteriorate. So where were we? Oh yeah. I need a test. And it broke down. Moix. Yeah, but it already, yeah, so it changed direction. Booms. Oh, so now it's independent approach is what it says to us. So now we are like in this universe. And here we had a nice volumed spring. It's tradable in 5 minutes right from here. That was a spring. That was a spring. Uh, well, technically, we don't need to limit ourselves by the range. Of course, it's like too wide for a day trade. My point is, though, it's not that terrible. Yeah, that definitely could have been a trade. And now we are in this reality, so we're in point 0.5. We already been to point 0.5. Yeah, like right here. Now we broke it. If it's an interesting volume in point 0.5. Hmm. The horizon. Ooh, the horizon is right there. Well, technically, yeah, this was a transition extremum. Now we are in this world. Um, yeah, local goes lower. The heck is this? Okay, back to square one. Wouldn't put much trust in this level. However, technically, then goes lower, and then it changes direction. Yeah, so it's doesn't make any sense now. Ugh. Yeah, now this level is broke. Now this level is broke. In all reality, I don't remember. I need to talk to my trading coach. I don't remember if. Yeah, that was a retest. No, I don't think so. I'll have to ask. I'll have to ask. No, I think I don't remember. Like in all the reality, I don't remember. And it looks like it's breaking. It's an upthrust, and then it breaks the model, goes down, and then I don't know. Um, and that's a transition extremum. And that's a transition extremum. Yeah, this thing is gonna break. This thing is gonna break. Yeah, this is my first like real stop for a long, long time. Um, this thing didn't give us a test, so no more trading for me for today. Oops, no more trading for me for today. My trading is done. Just watching the market. And chances are it will just like upthrust it and go down. Or maybe not. Doesn't matter. Yeah, it's a stop. This is a stop, you guys. Copy link. This is a stop. Um, Filled at 471.80. 471.80. Was a small position, thanks God, but it's a stop. And it's enough for today. My trading is done. Let's see the rest of the market. This is a powerful break. This is a powerful break. It's still good for short, like technically, but in all reality, no. Um, in all the reality, no. I'll ask my trading coach for the Saturday webinar. I'm not quite sure if this one bar reversal, but an up thrust and then first test and then it goes down, breaks. No, I think it was technically doable, but practically I'll counter trend and aggressive trade. This is so me. This is so me. Mm-mm. Maybe actually I should stop here because what's the point of watching the markets if I cannot trade today anyway? So let's just like for funsies, let's see our biggest changes. And I'll be mourning over my um, fjord position that I killed. I killed the duck. I killed my own duck. uh, 2/3 of it with a good profit. I took a good profit out of it, so but yeah, unfreaking believable. It's unfreaking believable. Killed 2/3 of my position on Fjord prematurely. It looks like it's doing a double punch. Doesn't want to correct it all. Just want to go. What can I say? Except I'm sorry to myself. It's all right. I did like 20% on that position, and it looks like I'm gonna do 50% on the rest of it. Good deal. But I mean, it's such a lesson. I'm so driven by volumes all the time. But after this, what an accumulation campaign. So like people were, so it's retailers such as myself. We were like dumping the stock here, and smart money we were accumulating. How does that work? Just because the volume was there, but it didn't go down, and earnings are all green. Anyhow, I couldn't hold the majority of the position to the target. Sold it. I still think it's a decent decision. I still think so. Just because it's like super weird, this volume. And when you like in the money for like 20%, it's something considerable. It's something considerable. I promise you that. I promise you that. Promise you that. I promise you that. Okay, easy day. I'm done. 8:20 in the morning and I'm done. Got my stop. And I'll be honest with you, it's like minimal position. That would be like so fun if markets just go from here. That would be like so fun if markets just like, Misha, we don't care. Like Ford does, right? If you'll have the same on the rest of the market. Yeah, Qs. Qs have room to grow. Not Dow Jones, not SPY. They don't care though what I think. Yeah, this thing goes up and up and up. Um, Profile, GI. Stop reached. Oops. You have to have stops. And that looks like a break now, yeah. Um, yeah, I'm closing all this. Okay, guys, trade responsibly on your own. Never listen to anyone, as you see, no one knows anything. And learn and grow in the communities of like-minded people. Take care now. Bye-bye.